Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. So I've been getting a lot of requests to do a beginner tutorial for the Force. So I recorded one. It's about 35 minutes long. I was trying to get it done in 15 minutes, but I covered two things. One was to just basically get all of the, just to start using just the Force and just lay down a few tracks and go over a few functions. So if that's where you're at in your journey, that should help you out quite a bit. Shows how fast I lay things down. The second part is creating a template, right? And the template is more a performance effects template than it is a tracks template, because I even explained in the video that putting tracks into your template is redundant. It won't do you any good, because every time you add a track or something, it will switch things up on you. So anyway, I showed you my template and how I set it up, and it's a pretty good one. The next video after this one is going to be on Ableton Live and how to most effectively transfer a project file over given the limitations of the Force. So yeah, stay tuned for that. GhostWrittenClips.com. You can get the Electro Clash pack that's in the that I'm using in the demonstration today. Also, there are free there's two Akai Force packs there for free that you can go and grab if you opt into the email list. I was sending out email maybe twice a year. Now I'm sending email like 4 times a year, right? So you're not going to get spammed. Anyway, love you guys. Be blessed and enjoy this. I'll see you next time. Oh, I should also mention that my kids were in the background making noise. They're supposed to be homeschooling during this time, but I was recording the video and they started fighting like cats and dogs. I didn't really address it. Sorry about the noise. Okay, so here we are in the Akai Force. We got the demo screen. If anybody knows how to get rid of these demos, yeah, let me know. I would like to do that. I'm going to move really quick. I'm going to try to fit this entire video into 15 minutes. And my kids are playing in the background, so I'm sorry if it's just a little bit loud in here. Anyway, we're going to load up an empty project. This little cord here is actually the power supply for my iPhone. Sorry about that. Okay, the first thing that we want to do is let's get rid of all of our tracks that are in this empty project. And we're going to use the delete button here. You can delete anything here using the delete button, but you can't hold the delete button and delete from the screen. But right here with these numbered buttons, that's basically track select, and we can delete the first one and delete the second one. Now we have an empty palette. Now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to throw down some music real quick and show you how it's done. I'm going to explain a few things. I'm not going to go super in depth. If you have questions, then go ahead and ask them in the comments and I will address them later. I'm not going to go real slow, so you know that's what the pause button is for, or you can slow the video speed down, no big deal, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is just add a track. That plus button, the first one I think is going to be a bass line, so we'll grab, actually we'll go to the key groups. We'll use my Electro Clash key group that I made available on GhostWrittenClips.com. So you can get free stuff there too for the Force. So yeah, go check it out, GhostWrittenClips.com, link in the description. Go to load. We're going to go to places. Go to my hard drive. Okay. Now up here you have these different tabs in your navigation, and they are each different things. The first one is a program file. The second one is, or a project file rather, excuse me. Second one is probably sequences. That's what it looks like. The third one is key groups, drum programs, things like that. The fourth one is plugins. The fifth one is audio. Clips, and then the last one is all files. So if you have that one selected like I do now, everything shows up and there's a ton of stuff. Okay, I try to keep my stuff organized by using the add folder, etc., etc., etc. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the key groups and things. That doesn't close my folders, right? But it shows all the stuff I need. So in Retro Clash, that's my pack, I'm going to go into the synths, and as you can see, it's just got the synths. There's a couple hundred of them in here. Yeah, hundreds of them actually. There's a bunch of stuff in there, including what I'm going to be using, which is all of the factory presets from the Sequential Circuit 6-track. My dad gave me a 6-track last year, and I've been using it, and I really love it. It's very, very good for like 80s synthwave, etc., etc. Now notice that if I had the file thing, if I had this all files chosen, then it drastically increases the amount of stuff in there, including each individual hit within my presets. So Gonna go back to the programs. I'm gonna find the key group that I like. I don't even know what these sound like that much. Limey Brass. Let's try that one. Hopefully that's good for a bass line. Okay. Now we'll go back to the matrix view that shows what's on the screen here. That shows everything I have in my project. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a clip in here. You can't actually get anything to record into these clips unless you fire the clip off. So we're going to do that first. And then down here where it says record arm, you want to make sure that that track is recorded, armed for recording. And now I'm going to go into notes. Now, there's many note modes. Okay, let's listen to this. There's lots of note modes in here. The thing is that I like the piano, and the reason why is because I play the piano. So if you keep hitting that, you'll get to a piano, and this goes C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B flat, B, and C, right? So like a C minor scale. Okay, in fact, let's do it in C minor. Let me we can go down a couple octaves by holding the shift button and using these guys here. Beautiful. I'm going to change that voice a little bit. I'm going to go to the envelopes, go to key groups all, and no, I can't do that. I'm just going to load a new one. And the reason why is because I want it to have a nice attack. Okay, so much better. Now, let's record a clip. Back to matrix. It's going, so we'll get this going. Okay, now on our record, go to clips. I can see already that I have at least one problematic note. I think, okay, in the clip view we have clips. This is all the timing and everything. This is a bug right here. See where it says loop length 5-1, even though the loop length is obviously exactly 4. So I'm going to change that to 4-0. Yeah, it's a bug. I don't know why it's there. Now up here we have a grid view. In the grid view we have a pencil view that we can use to put notes in. This is undo right here. Okay. Then there's erase, which we can use to erase notes. Right. I'm going to undo that too. And then the last one here, well, this one is the magnifying glass is to use 2 fingers and scroll in and out. Right. Don't need that. But what I do need is I need to grab this guy here and nudge it. See the nudge? I'm just gonna grab it and nudge it. Let's try again. Okay, sounds on time. Now in this screen there are various things we can do. We can use that to select all. See if it's got that square done. Okay, or we can hold shift and we can select all. Okay. Or we can grab just the notes in one row, right, by hitting the keyboard over here. And then you can see that we can nudge those notes forward, or we can nudge them backwards, okay? And we can edit their end point, undo, or we can edit their start point, undo, or we can transpose them up, undo. We can mess with the velocity. We can cut them, copy them, paste them, delete them, or duplicate them. Okay? So we're going to leave this be. We'll go back to the matrix. We'll add another track. Let's add another key group. Load. Let's go also in the detuned poly. Let's try that one. Okay, let's listen. Okay, I can raise the octaves a couple. Good. Okay, matrix, create clip, fire off that clip, get it record ready. Okay, sounds good. Let's add some drums. Matrix. Add, let's use factory drums. Now load contents, drum kits. Now in my audition I have them set to not automatically sound off, but we'll turn that on to audition. Okay, took a second to catch up. Okay, we'll load that guy up. Now in the note mode, it'll give us our drum note here. Now these are color coded, or they're supposed to be. This is kind of interesting. Yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna have to turn my key groups down. Okay, create a clip. We can fire off the whole row of clips here. In fact, if we're in launch row, you can mode, you can see them. Go back to notes. Okay. Whoops. Record. Okay, let's listen. Okay, I can already tell if I go here, need to go to the clips, I need to absolutely, whoops, grab those notes and move them, whoops, nudge them forward. Okay. Okay, so now that's it. We've made a track. Okay, now let's talk about doing, well, let's go to the mixer and add some effects. Okay, go to effects. We have our bass line first. Let's solo. Here's the solo button, the bass line, and listen. Let's add a filter. Hit the add button. We have EQ and filter. Let's add the air filter. Select. If I tap that, it gives me everything I need. Now, these knobs are set to volume, but if we hold down knobs, we can go to screen, which will show us everything on the screen. So right now we have the resonance and the cutoff, right? So let's hear how this sounds. Okay, now to add automation, we don't even have to hit the record button. You just pull down here. It gives you a drop-down menu. Automation from read to write. Okay. Okay, now listen. Turn it back to read. Okay, automation. Let's go back to menu, to mixer. We'll unsolo this part. Let's solo just the keyboard part, and let's add some reverb. Air reverb. Select. Tap it. What I like for synths is something big, and then just turn the mix down. So we'll go to presets, double tap, and we'll go to concert hall. Here's with the mix all the way up. Turn the time up so it's long. We'll turn the mix way down. And you can double tap these to get a more precise, okay? Okay. Okay, so that's how to throw down a quick set using just the Akai Force. You know what, let's add one more just so you can see the plugins. Plugins. Now, because I added a plugin, I don't have to go to load like I did before. On Matrix View, I can just double tap the plugin. Fat fingers. Hype is the default plugin. You can change your defaults, but Hype is good. Double tap the preset. Let's get a bright pad. Trance pad. Let's listen. Okay, it makes this. We'll use it in the low registers like a Reese, okay? Create clip, launch. Now, I can hear that, but let's go back to volume. Hold knobs, volume. some mixing here. Okay, I don't hear a lot of the plug-in in this register, so we'll go to the clip view, and we'll select all, and we'll go to transpose, and we'll move them up 1 octave and see what happens now. Let's try another octave. Okay, now let's talk about making a, it's already 15 minutes in almost. Let's talk about making a template. So we'll start over. Menu, new. Do I want to save? No, don't care about that. Oh, there's those crappy demos again. I wouldn't mind if I never heard them ever. Empty project. Now, here's the interesting thing, okay? What I want to do, let's just say that I have, I set up a bunch of tracks, and this is my template. This is how many tracks I usually use. Everything's great. However, then I start to change presets. Let's say I change synth voices. Let's say I change, I load a drum track where there was a synth track, etc., etc. All of my effects and everything that I set for my template project are going to be changed, right? So really it doesn't make any sense to set up a template with tracks, okay? Here's what I'm going to do though. So I'm going to, now let's talk about delete and copy and paste, okay? We talked about delete a little. I'm going to delete the second track here. Gone. Now this first track here, I can hold down copy, and down here, not up here, remember, but down here, I can hold copy, grab what I want to copy, and paste it a few times. Now I've made 4 copies of the same plugin track, right? Here's another thing, is if I create a clip, that clip shows up in my launch view, I can copy and paste that clip, and even add new tracks by pasting that clip in different places, right? Undo, 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 undo. Actually, redo. I wonder if shift undo is redo. I've never tried it. Okay, now I put these here. I'm not going to save this template with any tracks, but I want to show you how to set something up. Okay, now in Mixer, you have volume, you have pan and volume, you have your sends and effects, you have your ins and outs, I/O. Now, what I usually do is I usually set all of my basses. We'll call this first track the first track bass, and what I usually do is I set those all to sub 1. And the reason why is because if I add 3 or 4 bass tracks on my project, I want to be able to affect all those at once with a submix, okay? Now bass, I don't do a lot of effects with bass, just mostly filter and drive, but we'll get to that in a second, okay? Second track we'll call synths. I put those all in sub 2. There's 2 ways of doing this, okay? Sub 2 is synths. Track 3 is drums, okay? You can tap these and you can choose a submix, okay? Or whatever. Track 4 is what I call, sub 4 is what I call effects or other or miscellaneous, okay? So these are all set to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Now, down here I have a master button, and if I click that, it takes me to the master mixer, okay? Because I'm still in mixer mode, right? So here I can navigate with these arrows, and I can go over here to submixes, okay? There's another way, is using the navigate screen, okay? Back to mixer. Submix, volume, pan and volume, sends, effects, and ins and outs, just like I have in the other one, right? I can send one submix into another if I want to. But here I want to go to effects, and I already said that, sometimes I generally, for my submixes, leave the first slot of the 4 effect slots, insert slots. I do that, I leave them blank so I can add compression later if I need to, okay? So here I'm going to go to the second one, and I'm going to add some dynamics. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to add filter, okay? And if I use the air filter, if I click on that, it has my cutoff and frequency. It also has the drive that I need, okay? So that's fine for my bass for now, okay? The second one, I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to add a delay for the synths, okay? Air delay is fine. Select. Now, in air delay, I want the mix up. I want feedback double tap, come on, to be about 50%, maybe a little more, 60%, okay? And I want the sync on. I generally go, I should have done this already. I go to dotted eighth delay, and I turn the feedback up a little. And I turn the mix all the way up. And I turn the time to dotted fourths, okay? And that's how I like my delays. Now, I got these mixes all the way up. There's a reason. I'll get to that in a second. Next thing, after the delay, I usually go to air reverb, select, and again, for synths, double tap. We'll go to cathedral, okay? Nice long time, nice mixes all the way up. That's fine, okay? We'll deal with the mix issues later. For drums, I do some filtering in drums, right? We'll do, it's already got dynamics when you add the drum tracks, but you can add an expander in there if you want, or maximizer rather, okay? I'm going to add some filter. We'll go air filter there too. This guy's fine. Don't need to mess with anything else. Now, I generally put a beat repeat on the main mixer. All these subgroups are going, you know, I can add submix 4 effects to that later. I don't know if it's going to be some vocals or some one shots or something, right? So I'll leave that alone. But if I navigate back, which I could also do with the arrow buttons, right? Outputs 1 and 2, I want a beat repeat on there. So I'll go to the second one. Beat repeat is in the harmonic. I'll scroll down until it says XY effects, and that's what that is. Okay, select, and if I tap that sucker, the first preset is beat repeat low pass filter. Now I don't need a low pass filter on here, and that filter cutoff is this y-axis. I'm just going to turn that all the way up. I'm going to turn the wet and dry signal, double tap, down to about 50%. I think it sounds great that way. Okay, it allows me to glitch the main output without actually sounding too overbearing. Okay, these are all set fine. Okay, and that's good. Now here's where my template starts to come to life. Okay, I go to menu and go to macros. Okay. Now, right now it's set to volume. These knobs are set to volume. We're going to go forward until it says Project 1, okay? Project 1, it gives us 2 already, okay? And these are for the outputs 1 and 2 versus outputs 3 and 4 volume. We don't need those, so we're going to scrap these guys, okay? Now, these knobs represent these knobs, okay, the first 8 and then another page, 9 through 16. But you can touch these, and as you can see, it selects each one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bass effects on these 2, my synth effects on, actually, bass effect on just the first one, synth effects on these 2, drums effects on these 2, or even just one, I think, yeah, these 2. And then, you know what? Bass effects, I'm going to do cutoff and resonance. Sorry. Bass, synth, drums, and master. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. We have a learn function here. Okay? So if I touch this first one, I go to learn. I can go to the mixer. I can navigate back to where we were. Okay? Mixer. Here's my filter. My filter, I want the cutoff frequency to be connected. Got to do it here. To this knob. I just connected it. I also want my drive for the overdrive to be connected to that knob as well. Now you can just touch the second knob. I want the resonance to be on the second knob. Okay, turn that all the way down. Now the third knob, I want to go to the air delay here. I want the third knob to be mix. Okay, and I want the fourth knob to be the mix on the reverb. Okay. Want the fifth knob to be the drums. Go back. Drums filter cutoff. Okay. And I want the sixth knob to be the drums resonance. Okay. Turn that all the way down. Now, sixth knob, I want to go all the way over. And of course, I could use this navigation too. Whoops. want to grab the XY effects. This is the interesting part. I want the first one to be on enabling, and I want the second one to be on timing. Okay? Now I go back to macros and I turn off that learn function. Okay? So these are set. Interesting thing though. On this first knob, okay, that's the drums cutoff. I want that, okay, right now it's all the way open. I want that to be momentary, okay? And what that means is that when I turn it up, turn it down, right, and I let go, it snaps back to open, okay? Next, I want, okay, you get some more options if you do this. That little arrow, it opens up some more options. For the second part here, right, which is the saturation, I want that flipped, okay? And what that means is that when I turn down the filter, it turns up the drive. And then when I let go, it snaps back, okay? Next knob, the resonance. I also want that momentary, so I can crank the resonance, but when I let go, it snaps back off, okay? Third one, delay mix. I do use this momentarily sometimes, but I'm not going to do it on my main, okay, because I like to be able to control it and even leave some resonance and some resonance and some delay. Excuse me, some reverb and delay, and leave them there for a little while if I want to, okay? What I can do is I can make them toggle, which means I touch them and they get delay, and then I touch them again and they snap back to zero. You know, it's whatever you like in your preferences, okay? One thing is right now it's all the way on, and what I want to do is flip it so that it's all the way off, okay? Now I can turn it up and turn it down, okay? Same thing with the first one was the delay, second one, reverb. Same thing. You can turn it up and turn it down, okay? Now, the cutoff frequency for the drums, I want that to be momentary for sure. And I want the filter frequency to be momentary as well. So I can with the filters and let go and they snap back to normal. Okay, I need that. Now, the on and off for the beat repeat, I want that to be a toggle. Okay, I want it to be a momentary and a toggle, meaning I touch it and it turns on, and I let go and it turns off. And the timing can just stay the way it is. Okay, now I'll go back to my matrix view. Okay, turn off master. Those are my clips that I made. I don't need these tracks, so I'm going to hold delete and I'm going to get rid of all of them. Then I'm going to save project as template. Do it. Save as template. Right? Now I'm in my internal Akai Force drive. Usually I would never save anything here, but because this is the template, I am going to save it here. Overwrite? Yeah, because I had one in there already, so it's fine. Now I have my template. So now when I go new, oh, do I want to load up an empty project? No, I want to load user template. And there it is. Now, here's the interesting thing. Let's make some music again real quick. Let's grab a key group, load, places, retro clash. See, too many files. Now I can go to synths. And let's go to PW release filter. I don't even know what that is. Again, note. Beautiful. Let's try a different one. Love that analog sound of that sequential, of all sequential circuits generally. Over the years, Pro 1, such a beautiful instrument. Okay, let's hit note a few times so we get to piano. Let's do it in C minor again, might as well. Matrix. Clip. Fire the clip. Oh, it wasn't armed for recording. 1, 2, 3, 4. terrible at doing that. So grab a few of these notes and fix them. All right, matrix. Add a plugin. Create a clip. Double tap the plugin. Go to a different preset. Something. Where does it say? Pluck hard. Just love to pluck hard, bro. Where'd it go? I don't even know what that sounds like. Okay, raise a couple octaves. Matrix. Okay. Good timing. Matrix. Let's add a key group again so that I can use. Go up one, my synthwave kit. That's also included in the Electroclash pack. GoStraightenClips.com. Okay, matrix. I'm gonna go to that didn't fire off the clip. Oh crap. Undo. Let's also add another drum. Let's add content kits. Cool. You hear that expander kick in for sure, huh? Okay, matrix. Clip. Okay. Okay, now we got some music. Mixer, ins and outs. These two are drums. They're gonna go to sub 3. Sub 3. Synth, it's gonna go to sub 2. Sub 1. Kind of messed up, didn't I? All right, so that's how I set my stuff up. I hope you got something out of this. It's almost 35 minutes long. GoStraightenClips.com. Go grab your free Akai Force pack. And you can purchase the Electroclash pack if you'd like as well. Love you guys. Next time, I'll have something up soon.